Alright, Josh, so for the wiring diagram of the H-bridge, it is here, and all of the math as well as here, as well as down here on this guy as well, is the same thing. We're using the PWM pins, which are these ones down here, to be controlling it. And the video that we have that we'll put after this shows it moving. It reverses direction for us, and we control the current using the PWM. And we found that the H-bridge was limiting us as far as the current that we could use, as well as was unreliable because of the human factor liking to explode these a lot. It was also a lot harder to code something that will do each pin here versus an actual stepper motor drive. So, yeah, thanks. Look at that, dark logic outputs, boards on, we're plugged in, and doing school.
Oh yeah.
Woohoo! Hi Josh, this is for Ian and Mason. This is our wiring diagram for all of our setup for the stepper motors. This is the stepper motors. It is currently plugged in, not running. I can pull up this guy. You can see that we have accelerations and distances in here, and that we head through, as well as it is waiting for us to press a button here right now. It's pulled to high, so as soon as it grounds, it will start. We start with the homing sequence, and the homing sequence will start when I press the button, and press button, it'll go down until it hits. Come back to this one, and then start it set, and then notice that this guy's spinning. And then come back, and we hit one of the stops, it will restart, go forward, and work. Oh no, I hit this one, it'll also restart, come back here and rehome, and then start all over again. I believe that's good for Josh. So I'm plugged in. Our button also stops it now, thankfully. I have some videos that'll be after this one that show the accuracy of this guy. It was really accurate. We didn't have a good way to measure it any more accurately because the ratio of this guy doesn't move it very far, so it reduces how far it is. We will be measuring backlash next, as well as using the measurements that the motor has, 4 degrees per inch. Or the rotations on it. Anywho, for a button stopping it, if we let it start, and we come in here and wait until it's running so that it keeps going. Alright, now it's running. If they want to stop it, we come over here. We press the button, and it stops. It's already down to a speed. It's on the Alright, so for our resonance, we did calculations, found that it was 188 hertz with these guys hanging out, and we changed the speeds that we're running them at on both of them to 188. And so if I run this, it'll go down, it'll come back, and then on a slow section, both will be running slow. I kicked the thing and it stopped everything. That's fun. This is going to start moving all over the thing. So that's a resonance. You can feel it a lot in the motors. You can hear it a lot. You can feel it a little bit here, and you feel it a lot in this guy. A lot of the time, most of our resonance is actually from this rod resonance because it's really loud. Typical of one of the slides. Anywho. Hi Josh again. So we did our microstepping size change, and that we were running into problems with having such a high microstepping step that we couldn't go any faster because the Arduino was too slow. We also found that changing from 200 to 400 microsteps was good for us because it made it a lot smoother when it was moving. When we varied the bus voltage, we were able to get more speed out of it by going from 18 volts input to 36 volts, which is why we have two power supplies here. One is powering the STR3s, and then the other one is powering our sensors here and there. And then by changing the amperage, we found that we couldn't accelerate as hard because it didn't have as much torque. And then, but we were getting up to the same speeds when it had enough amperage for the torque we were asking for. And then finally, we changed the windings, series versus parallel, to allow us to run more amperage in the motors when changing from dual H bridge to these steppers, because it's rated for more and allowed us to run them harder.